All right, go right ahead.
So, I want to get your thoughts on this as well. So, it has been a long time since we talked about all elite wrestling on this podcast. It's been a very long time. So, why are we talking about AEW? Well, there has been some really big drama going on. I'm sure you've seen what's going on, Austin. It's been everywhere. So, it all starts with Mr. CM Punk. Um, so, basically, about, I want to say 2 weeks ago now, this interview came out. CM Punk went on the Ariel Helwani show and he did an interview and basically was asked what had happened at All in Wembley, and he was asked like what happened with the whole Jungle Boy situation, and CM Punk explained the whole thing of what actually happened and was talking about how he told Tony Khan to fucking do shit about it and to step up and be the boss and handle the situation. And he said, if you don't fucking handle it, you're not going to like the way I handle it. And so him and Jack Perry got in a fight. CM Punk choked him out. And he told Tony Khan, you're a clown. You're a clown. This place is a joke. I quit. And not only that, on the interview, he was talking about how AEW isn't a real business. It's not a profitable business. They don't care about making money. They don't care about drawing viewers. They don't care about selling tickets. All they care about is having great wrestling matches and getting 5-star match ratings from Dave Meltzer. And basically, that's the gist of what he was saying. So, moved forward about a week later, and fucking AEW decides to respond by having Adam Copeland, aka Edge, go out on Dynamite and give this terrible ass fucking rah-rah speech. I don't know, have you seen the fucking speech, Austin?
I saw bits and pieces. I try not to see AEW clips.
Yeah, so they had this man go out there, and Edge was talking about, oh, AEW has is the best place for wrestling. AEW makes wrestling fun. I love AEW. We should all love AEW and stop the tribalism and fucking all this shit. Gave this whole fucking it came off. I seen the whole thing. It came off as forced. It really fucking just came off like they forced him to just go out there and do it. And then also later that week, fucking they had FTR after I think it was after fucking Rampage or something. It might have been after Dynamite, but I know it was after the show because someone in the crowd recorded, and FTR was doing a promo talking about how great AEW is and all this fucking shit. And so then that Saturday, which was WrestleMania weekend last weekend, on a Collision on Saturday night when WrestleMania Night 1 is on, guess what AEW does? They announce on Saturday night at like midnight that Wednesday on Dynamite they are going to be showing the CM Punk backstage footage from All In, and that we're going to finally see the footage of what happened, what really apparently really happened at All In. So Wednesday comes, Dynamite, and the footage is presented by the Young Bucks, or as they're going by now, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson.
Ew.
And yeah, because it's their whole fucking cringy ass gimmick that they're doing now. Fucking, it's so stupid. Apparently, like, fucking they apparently fired Kenny Omega from the Elite, and they suspended Hangman Page from the Elite. The storyline is so fucking stupid. The Young Bucks are so awful and cringe, and I don't know why anybody takes them seriously or why anybody even like talks about them being one of the best tag teams and shit. But anyway, that aside, AEW has been doing this tag team tournament uh, to see who's going to face FTR for the tag titles. And of course, the Young Bucks win the tournament because they're the EVPs and they're booking themselves to win and not giving any other team the chance. And, you know, because they're fucking the Young Bucks and they have massive egos and all this shit. So, Dynamite on Wednesday, the Young Bucks, there's this segment where the Young Bucks are like talking to the camera, and basically they're talking about how they're going to be facing FTR at AEW's new pay-per-view called AEW Dynasty that's coming up in 2 weeks, I think, or so. And basically they're talking about the last time that the Young Bucks and FTR faced each other, which was at All In, and the Young Bucks, AEW tried to make this CM Punk shit into a storyline where Matthew and Nicholas Jackson were saying that the reason that they lost to FTR was because they couldn't focus because of the CM Punk and Jack Perry situation that happened or whatever, and because FTR is friends with CM Punk, like that's the reason that they couldn't focus and that's why they lost the match. So then we get the footage. And have you seen the footage, Austin?
I have seen the footage. Yep, it's everywhere, kind of.
So,
even though they're trying to scrub it.
If you haven't seen the footage, basically, it's like this security camera, and it shows fucking Jack Perry and CM Punk talking to each other at All In, and fucking. So basically, this happened after Jack Perry's match where he made the comment about like, this is real glass, go cry me a river. So right after that, like, is when Punk told Tony to handle it, and he said, if you don't, you're not gonna like the way I handle it. So then that's when Punk handled it. So that's where the footage comes in, where he's like talking to Jack Perry, and you see Jack Perry get in his fucking face and trying to act all tough. So CM Punk shoved him, and fucking then Jack Perry got in his face, and then CM Punk proceeded to choke Jungle Boy the fuck out and make him look like a total bitch. And then fucking Samoa Joe got involved and pulled them apart and shit. And then that's pretty much all that happened in the footage. And so Tony Khan claims that this was used as part of a storyline, but pretty much everybody is saying the only reason he did this was because he's that upset about CM Punk talking about that on Ariel Helwani's show, and Tony Khan is like that fucking salty over it, and he wanted to get one over on CM Punk and make him look like a fool. And apparently it came out that it wasn't like the Young Bucks apparently didn't even want to show the footage, but apparently Tony Khan is the one that wanted to do it, and he made them do it, is what people were saying. So anyways, so with all that, fucking it didn't have the effect that Tony Khan thought it would, because this footage was used to make CM Punk look like a complete fucking fool and to embarrass him. But you know what ended up happening? Right after they showed the footage, the crowd started chanting CM Punk. And then there was a segment because they had FTR do a promo.
Wait, hang on. Hang on.
What?
Don't you remember what Dave Meltzer said? He didn't say that they were saying CM Punk. They said, apparently Dave Meltzer said that they were saying fuck CM Punk.
They were not. If you like, people were posting videos from the crowd, like, and on the actual show itself, they're literally chanting CM Punk, CM Punk. There was no fuck CM Punk in there. And apparently, from people that watched the show, even fucking JD from New York said it, because I watched his fucking review of it, because he fucking went on a whole fucking rant about AEW, and even he was saying, like, uh, during the fucking show, like, that was like the only fucking thing that the crowd cheered for the whole fucking night. So, fucking, then they right after that did a FTR promo segment, and the Young Bucks came out. And as soon as the Young Bucks got in the ring, the crowd started chanting CM Punk again. So it had the adverse effect of what they wanted, and it made them look like fucking idiots. So, with all that being said, the reason that Tony Khan did all this, and he won't say it, but the reason he did this is because he wanted to be petty against CM Punk and wanted to do it to try to pop a rating, because nothing else in AEW is getting ratings right now. Their numbers are falling and falling. They're getting less and less viewers every week. People are tuning out. People are complaining about the booking. People are saying how shit AEW is. And fucking people like Dave Meltzer and everybody else is trying to make excuses, saying that the only reason that they're not, like, Dave Meltzer's such a fucking idiot, because he was like, oh, the reason people aren't watching Dynamite right now is because WWE is hot and they're taking away AEW's audience. And I'm just like, yeah, because AEW isn't doing anything that's fucking interesting people. And fucking, if anything, them doing stuff like this is driving people away. And fucking, it's to where even like when the Young Bucks come out, like, no one likes them anymore. And I was watching Jim Cornette's podcast, and they talk about the ratings every week. Every time there's a Young Bucks segment, they lose like over 100,000 viewers every time that there's a Young Bucks segment. The Young Bucks make them lose so much viewers, and fucking, they did all this completely making themselves look ridiculous, making the whole entire show about this footage, and nothing else on the show is important. They didn't care about their pay-per-view that's coming up, nothing. They did all this, and they only got 800 something thousand viewers. They didn't even get a million, even with that. And that is sad. But fucking, what also pissed me off was fucking Dave Meltzer, like the thing you said where he was like, oh, there was FU CM Punk. Fuck Dave Meltzer. He's a fucking piece of shit. And I don't know why everybody listens to every fucking thing that he says and all his fucking star ratings. You know, this motherfucker. This motherfucker sat there and was giving AEW matches fucking 5 stars, and he gave fucking Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania like
I
4.1
did
stars.
see that. Yeah, it was
Like,
4.75 is what he
yeah,
gave
yeah,
it.
yeah, the
He gave
4.7.
it like he gave it the most credit that Dave Meltzer could ever give a WWE match credit for. So
Fucking, yeah, fuck Dave Meltzer. But this fucking shit was just everywhere. Like, Twitter was just going crazy. Everybody was shitting on AEW. Everybody was clowning on them, saying this is embarrassing. And not only that, people in the company are embarrassed because after they showed this footage, Austin, they panned to the commentators, and Tony Schiavone has his head down in shame, and fucking, he looks so humiliated. And fucking, then not only that, they had a promo segment with Will Ospreay where Will Ospreay started cutting a promo on Triple H, and fucking Renee Paquette looked like she was fucking embarrassed. like like, what the fuck are they doing? And they're wondering why that they're not getting any viewers. They're wondering why people keep tuning out, and that their ratings are getting lower and lower and lower. And they put stuff on their TV show like the Young Bucks and fucking Chris Jericho and fucking shit like that nobody cares about. And if you look at the actual fucking quarter by quarter fucking numbers, fucking every time the Young Bucks or Jericho or fucking even like the women's matches, people are tuning out of that as well. Like they every time those segments are on, the numbers drop. Like they lose hundreds of thousands of viewers. And it is just insane to me. Like I like what the fuck are they doing? I like there's no way that the company is going to last very long or too much longer if this is how things are going. And I like I feel I do feel bad not for AEW, but I feel bad for someone like Samoa Joe who is their world champion and he's just not fucking important at all. And Samoa Joe has to fucking like put up with this bullshit and has to fucking take a back seat to Tony Khan wanting to be fucking petty against CM Punk. And the saddest thing is CM Punk got the highest rating out of anything. Like the footage got the highest rating out of anything on the show, which proves that CM Punk is still their fucking biggest star and he's not even employed there anymore. That is sad. It is fucking sad, man. And this fucking drama has just been all over Twitter, all over fucking YouTube. Every fucking podcast has been talking about it. Like people were saying that this was like WCW 2000 levels of bad. People were saying stuff like even Vince Russo TNA wasn't this bad and shit. Like this was bad, like very, very bad. I don't know how they thought that this was gonna fucking be a good thing. I don't know what the fuck Tony Khan is thinking. I like even the AEW fans were saying that they did not care to see this. They didn't want to see it. Nobody wanted to fucking see this footage except for Tony Khan just to fucking pop a rating. Like that is pathetic. And how are you gonna get that salty about what CM Punk said, and then you play the footage, and in the footage, it shows exactly, like point for point, it shows exactly everything that he said was true. So you made yourself look like a fucking idiot. Like, what? I don't understand what they were trying to prove, but like, what's your thoughts on all that fucking shit? Like, how fucking dumb can you be as an owner of a
Well,
company? On top of that, bro.
my thoughts is what I've been saying for the past fucking how many years now? 3, 4, maybe actually. Yeah, 4 years. I've
Yeah.
been saying this since 2020. I mean, it's been recorded on record since 2021. Like I've been saying this for so long now. Tony Khan is a complete and utter dipshit, and his company is going to fail. Like there's nothing that is going to help his company at this point. It's far beyond help. It's far beyond it. At this point, we're just watching its demise. I'm not watching its demise. I've been dancing on its grave since Double or Nothing last year. So,
Like, I don't know, like, what. I don't know what fucking changed for AEW. Like, because they were, like, regardless of all the stupid shit they were doing, they were at a point where they were consistently getting 1 million viewers for a while. And then it's like last year and then into this year, especially, it's just gone down so drastically. And
it's
now,
because
like,
it's. I'll say this right now. I will give it the benefit of the doubt of fucking when it first came on in 2019
mm,
that well there's all these casual viewers coming in see there's this new wrestling company. I could understand that. I can understand why it's getting that many views at that point. When it comes down to all the stupid shit they've done, I don't think Tony Khan realizes this, but all the stupid shit that he puts on his television adds up over time. Adds up to just a loss in viewers. As much as these AEW diehard fans like defend everything that they do, it's never going to make up for the fact that every stupid fucking decision that Tony Khan makes loses at least 10 viewers. And I it hasn't gotten to a level yet where it hasn't gotten the Russo level where when fucking David Arquette won the world championship, a million viewers fucking dipped the next fucking like week. It hasn't gotten to that point yet, but it's getting to a point to where if it if Dynamite sinks below 500K, they're fucked. They're
Well,
fucked.
it's already bad, Austin, because they've been getting 700K,
I
and
know.
and NXT has been getting 600K, so they're damn near like their main show is
That's
damn near about to be beat by NXT.
I know. And you know what's gonna make it worse?
Hmm.
When fucking NXT switches to the CW. Because like it or
Hmm.
not, the CW is on every fucking television station. And like it or not, the CW is even on Antenna TV. I shit you not. So I'm not
Jesus
like
Christ.
straight. It's like Fox. It's national. It's not like TBS or TNT where you have to get a package to get that. It's national TV.
You know what's even worse about it is apparently like this year is when apparently AEW is like depending on the fucking network. I don't know if it's fucking TBS or if it's Turner, whatever the fuck it is. Like
It's Turner.
apparently they're supposed to be looking towards getting a big like renewal or something this year, and fucking because I was listening to Jim Cornette talk about it, and apparently they're like supposed to get a renewal this year or whatever, and Tony Khan is expecting it to be like them to be paid like even more money than they did before, and fucking Jim Cornette was like, with Dynamite fucking getting in as low numbers as it is, like why would Turner pay them more money to renew their deal?
If they
Like
did,
that
Turner would
doesn't
be
make any
stupid.
sense.
They would be stupid.
Yeah.
That's just the
Bro,
thing.
it's sad that fucking because if you look at the quarter by quarter, the start of the show usually starts at like 900K, almost a million, because you know what comes on right before AEW? Fucking reruns of The Big Bang Theory.
I know.
And then fucking at the end of AEW, they kind of get a high number as well, and that's because every week they do like a 5 minute overrun, and it's people tuning into what's coming on after AEW. But the amount of people solely watching
You wanna know what's funny?
AEW is nowhere near that.
You wanna know what comes on after AEW? I remember this from when
What?
I would watch it. Young Sheldon.
Oh,
So not
Jesus
only are
Christ.
so fucking Sheldon Cooper's just like a real ratings draw for AEW.
It's funny that you say that because I saw a edit somebody made that was like AEW's two biggest stars, and it was like a Photoshop of like CM Punk and Sheldon Cooper fucking together.
Jesus Christ.
But it's just like, and also like recently they've been signing a bunch of free agents, big free agents. Like they signed fucking Okada, and apparently his deal is like fucking or some crazy number like that. And then fucking they signed fucking Will Ospreay. I forget how much his deal is. And then they fucking signed goddamn Sasha Banks recently as well. And her deal is like fucking 10 million or something. It's like the amount of money that's being put into these people and no one's fucking watching them. And to make it worse, they put Okada with the Young Bucks. He's part of the elite now, so definitely nobody's gonna care about him. Will Ospreay is in a feud with Bryan Danielson, and instead of cutting a promo about Bryan Danielson, Tony Khan had him cut a promo about Triple H, because I don't know if you've seen it, but during Mania on the Pat McAfee show, Triple H was asked about like all the big free agents getting signed or whatever, and he said this whole thing about like people not wanting to, people being afraid of the WWE grind or whatever, and said if you want to go to the other company and just work 1 day a week and whatever, that's like for you, but if you're not wanting to do the grind, then maybe it's good that I don't have you or something like that. And then fucking, I guess Tony Khan took offense to that because he had Will Ospreay cut a whole fucking promo about fucking Triple H, and it's like, bro, like it's to the point where like their show is so bad, the numbers are going down, people aren't watching, nobody's interested. They don't have any top stars there right now. Fucking the Young Bucks are pretty much doing whatever the fuck they want to do, and nobody cares because they tune out during their segments. They fucking don't know how to book any of their divisions. Their booking makes no sense. Fucking their main show is almost losing to WWE's developmental show, and Tony Khan just gets so fucking butthurt that he, like, people were saying it was one thing like Tony Khan would have like went on Ariel Hawani's show or like some podcast and responded to what CM Punk said, but the fact he put that his response on the actual AEW program, because people were like, it's not like CM Punk went out on Raw and was fucking talking about the whole Jack Perry thing, and people were like, there's a difference of like talking about it on like a podcast or an interview and then actually putting it on your fucking network television show. And not only that, but we have to talk about Jack Perry as well, because have you been seeing what this fucking asshole has been doing since all this came out?
Yes, I have.
So Jack Perry has been he went to New Japan because he fucking, I guess he just did, he apparently didn't re-sign with AEW or whatever, so he wrestles in New Japan now, and he calls himself the scapegoat and shit, and he acts like this fake ass tough guy, and fucking, so recently he's been coming out with like the Chicago flag and shit, and his jacket said "Cry Me a River," and he's been doing like CM Punk's moves and taunts and shit, and fucking even like the Young Bucks on Dynamite shouted him out, and they're like, "Oh, scapegoat, we love you," and shit. It's like, bro, like, what is this company? Like, I swear to God, it's literally what CM Punk said. It's literally a bunch of fucking children. Like, it is literally like what he said, like fucking high school drama, fucking children. And I swear to God, that's what it comes off like when I see all this shit, and when I listen to Jim Cornette talk about this shit. It's like, bro, these are supposed to be grown men running a wrestling company. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, what the actual fuck, dude? Like,
You
I've
know,
never in my life seen people like this. Go ahead.
usually I don't like to say I told you so. Well, that's actually a lie, because I did tell you so. I told everybody so, you know. As, at this point, like, as you can see by my demeanor, I don't even have any anger anymore, because I'm not surprised. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
surprised. Fucking 2023 me would get so goddamn red in the face, blackout angry that I wouldn't remember what I was saying. Fucking me now. This is why I don't have the energy because they just do the same shit and they don't fucking make anything better for themselves. And they keep proving me right. Every fucking day this company fucks up. They keep proving me right. I've been right about it for years. Nobody fucking wanted to listen. Nope, everybody wanted to fucking sit there and talk about how, oh, I'm just hating. Oh, fucking, well, if you want to bash your head in the wall, go ahead and do it. You'd be better off doing it. Legitimately, like, I've been right for the longest fucking time, and they're just proving it. So at this point, I'm not surprised. And I never will be. That's all I really gotta say. I don't really have any other opinion on it because it's stupid. Like it's just fucking stupid. And Tony Khan is just playing into it, along with the Bucks and fucking Jungle Bitch Jack Ferry. So the skate cunt.
Fucking the scape cunt. Fucking the whole thing is just fucking stupid. It's just been it's like, I used to at least see people like say, "Oh, AEW is so good," or like I would at least see people say positive things about AEW, but all I see about them anymore is just drama all the fucking time now. It's like, I swear it's like the only reason people even watch AEW is just to see like what fucking drama they're into or what fucking stupid outlandish shit they're gonna put on their show, or just like what dumb fucking thing Tony Khan is gonna do next. Like it's sad because this company was supposed to be a fucking alternative to the WWE, and it was so hyped up, and fucking everybody thought that it was going to be this great thing, and it was at first, and it just fell so fast. And the reason why, there's a lot of reasons, but the main reason why is because Tony Khan is obsessed with trying to beat WWE, and there's no way he's ever going to, but it shows in the quality of shows that they put on when things like showing the fucking all-in footage of CM Punk and having Will Ospreay cut a promo on Triple H just to take shots at I can't tell you how many times he's taken shots at WWE and made comments and all this shit, and like all that just shows that like he fucking, and he even talks about like the numbers and how like the one time Jericho was saying that AEW is going to beat Raw in the ratings, and like it's always been a competition with them, and I just never understood why, because it's not like fucking Impact is out here trying to compete with them. I mean, they did a long time ago, and that was fucking Hulk Hogan's blunder trying to do that because it did not work. But like, you should know by history that you can't compete with WWE. You just can't. And I don't know why that they're just so obsessed with it. Even to where the AEW fans like don't really like fucking Tony Khan that much anymore. Well, there's like some fucking Tony Khan dick riders, but like a lot of them will just say like we don't care about this WWE stuff. Like we just want to watch AEW. We just want to see what you're gonna do on AEW. We don't care to like see all this fucking shit about WWE or whatever. But it's just like I don't know why Tony Khan is so obsessed with it being a competition that like he's fucking obsessing over a competition that he is never ever going to win ever. no matter what he does, no matter what free agent he signs, no matter what ex WWE person he signs, nobody that he has signed, no matter where they've came from or how long, like for God's sakes, he has Edge, his fucking Edge, and Edge is doing nothing for the ratings. And matter of fact, all this fucking shit with the CM Punk fucking footage makes fucking Edge looks like a fucking dumbass for doing that promo now. And like they got people like Edge and fucking Christian, and they got fucking the Hardys. They fucking had all these fucking XW. They had fucking Sting, for God's sake. They had CM Punk at one point. They have fucking Sasha Banks fucking now. They had fucking all these people, and I even have to throw him in there. They had Chris Jericho, who used to be fucking respected, and none of these people, no matter who it is, just never done anything for this company. The only one who really did was CM Punk. He was the only person that was getting them any like viewership or increasing any numbers. And what did they do? They fucking fired him. That footage is what he got fired over, Austin.
I
That is
know.
the footage that Tony Khan apparently was afraid for his life. That scuffle, that little slight choking
I've
was
seen
what
I've
made
seen
Tony Khan fear for his life.
I've seen middle school fights more gruesome.
Bro, I've had more fucking gruesome fucking fights when I was like fucking goddamn like 9 years old wrestling my fucking stuffed teddy bear and hitting wrestling moves on it. Like, and fucking some people were thinking that them showing the footage was some type of way to try to bring Jack Perry back to fucking AEW, and I'm like, what? Like, how does it make Jack Perry look good? Like, he looked like a fucking bitch in the footage. He got his ass whooped by CM Punk.
You know,
Like, how does that? What? Like, makes no sense.
I dare them. I don't think they have the balls to do this. I dare them to bring back Jack Perry and give him the world title after all this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't think they have the balls.
I don't know. Don't tempt Tony Khan, because if he can get one over on CM Punk, he'll do it. Because it's not like he cares about anything else. It's not like he cares about, fucking his world champion Samoa Joe, who should be his number one fucking priority. It's not like he cares about fucking the women's division that fucking is shit and doesn't even fucking get booked, and they got so many talented women there that just they're not doing anything with. Fucking like goddamn Thunder Rosa and fucking Sky Blue and people like that. Fucking like that. I mean, they even fucking signed fucking Mercedes, even though she's kind of a cunt. She is a fucking good wrestler and be good for their division, but they're not doing fucking anything with her. They're having her cut these like cringe promo. Did you know, Austin? She debuted last month in March, right? You know she's not having her first match until Double or Nothing. That's when she's making her debut, and that's in the last week of May. I hope you know. And that's gonna be her first match. And at Double or Nothing, her first match is gonna be a TBS title match. You know how
You're
fucking stupid that is?
you're kidding, bro. Who's
I'm
even the
not.
TBS champion? Is it still
Julia
Chris?
Hart.
Oh,
And basically at Dynasty, I think they're doing Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale. And basically they had Mercedes say, oh, well, whoever wins that is going to defend the title against me at Double or Nothing.
oh.
So
So that's just how it
she's
works now.
she's just getting a title shot without wrestling a single match. She debuted in March and isn't going to wrestle until like right before fucking June. Like, and she's not getting over at all. She hasn't done anything for the ratings. They've only been going down.
You
Like,
know, I would say Tony Storm's more over than her, and her gimmick's terrible.
you know, She's the fucking AEW Women's Champion, by the way. She's facing Thunder Rosa at Dynasty, and
Oh,
which I'm shocked that they're finally doing something with Thunder Rosa, but fucking I don't know. I don't know. I doubt Thunder Rosa is gonna win, but
isn't her
fucking
gimmick like Marilyn Monroe, and then she always says like face up, tits out, and watch for the shoe? Is that the fucking gimmick that I've seen?
I think the gimmick is called Timeless Tony Storm or something like that.
I know there was this
I don't
awful
know.
T-shirt that said like "face up, tits out, and watch for the shoe." And I was like, "What the fuck is this T-shirt, dog?"
I don't know. People say that her gimmick is like unwatchable. Like that's how
It
bad it
reminds
is.
me of Marilyn Monroe, which
You know.
I mean worked in that time period.
Hmm.
Like,
I don't know. Fucking Tony Storm went from being in that fucking awful group with fucking Psoriasis and Ruby Soho to now doing this timeless Tony Storm stuff, and so I don't fucking know. And fucking even fucking Psoriasis isn't even really booked anymore. She hasn't been on Dynamite since fucking February, I think, and she hasn't even had a singles match since fucking December. Because I've been seeing people say, "Oh, where's Soraya? Where's Soraya?" And then fucking I seen people were like tweeting her, and they're like, "Oh, Soraya, are you gonna be on Dynamite this week?" And she's just like, "I don't know." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like they sign so many people and they just don't do it. Well, you know, oh yeah. That's something I forgot that I had to talk about. So AEW finally had their first wave of releases, and fucking one of them was Dalton Castle's Boys, and they put out a whole fucking statement about it that I was gonna read you, and I forgot, and I just remembered it.
oh
I
great.
hope to God I can find it because I sent it a couple days ago.
Should you just read the releases? I
Well, okay, hold on. Let me find this
think it's
first.
I think it's a tradition at this point.
Yeah, but the difference is this is the first time we've ever done it with AEW because they never had a wave of releases before because Tony Khan doesn't like to let people go.
Actually, they had one. They had
Hmm.
one singular, and it was in 2020 before we were doing the podcast. So,
Okay, I'm trying to find when the fuck it was. I know it was like at least like not no longer than a week ago because I remember I sent it to you and I was like, oh, we gotta talk about this on the podcast. Okay, I found it. Okay, so I'll keep that open. Let me look up the releases. So there was a reason that Tony Khan released these people, by the way. It's a stupid fucking reason.
oh great.
Okay, AEW releases. I'm trying to see. No, not fucking the first releases. God damn, fucking. The shit was talking about fucking Jimmy Havoc. I'm not going back that far. And fucking. Of course, this fucking website has ads all over it. Okay, can you fucking. Okay, can you just put the list of fucking names? Okay, fucking, of course it was fucking Sean Ross fucking Soy Boy that fucking tweeted this. Fucking, so the list is Dalton Castle's Boys, uh, Dasha, I think, fuck, I don't
I think
remember
she was an
if they're talking
interviewer,
about,
if I remember
yeah,
correctly.
Jose the assistant,
Don't know who that is.
uh, fucking, he was a manager for somebody, I don't remember who. Jorah Joel, don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
Anthony Henry, Gravity.
Ew.
I know you'll know this one. Stu Grayson.
Didn't they just rehire him?
Yep.
Okay.
Parker Bordeaux
Oh, well.
and
Jesus.
Slim J. And that's the list.
Okay. As Parker Bordeaux is just never gonna fucking work, dude. Just needs to go back to football. Just get him back to football.
So basically, the boys put out this statement about their AEW release because, so basically, this clip of Tony Khan came out where he made them look bad, and he was like accusing them of just like straight up no showing shows, and that was saying that's like a part of why they were released. And I'll tell you the other part of why these releases happened after I read this. So, uh, the tweet says this had to be addressed. Then there's four screenshots here that they put on their notes app. So, I'm going to read this. We had planned to stay quiet publicly about our release to take nothing away from the biggest show of the year for Ring of Honor in Supercard tonight out of respect to the locker room that will be on it. Due to Tony's comments and the numerous fans, media outlets, friends, and coworkers that have reached out to us, this isn't an option for that isn't an option for us anymore. We want to apologize to the Ring of Honor fans and to the AEW fans that were invested in the storyline and were expecting the both of us to be there. With so many fans wanting answers, in addition to numerous people that have voiced their comments at the thought of us really just no showing on some of the biggest opportunities of our lives due to Tony Khan's statements, here it is. So this is written by the one called Brandon. That's one of because they're both brothers. So Brandon says, "My brother and I were told that we would be included in this story through Supercard, and there were plans for us to be with John and Taya." So, in case you're wondering, John Morrison and Taya are on fucking Ring of Honor now. That's where they're relegated to.
Jesus.
Um, Leading up to the show, we were asked to pitch several ideas for ourselves, insinuating we would get the opportunity to show that we can wrestle more in the future. On March 16th, our scheduled date following Dalton losing custody for the first time in our history of flying in North America, previously with Sinclair, ROH, and now Tony Khan's Ring of Honor, our travel was booked out of Nashville instead of our home airport of Knoxville. The screenshots of this interaction with management and travel, including the times, are in the comments. Um, on Monday, April 1st, we were contacted by management, accompanied by HR, on a call. Okay, actually, let me read the. Oh god, okay, so there's like fucking 11 screenshots in the comments. Let me read these real quick. So this is the DMs between the boys and AEW. Uh, so they Tuesday, March 12th, the boys say, "Hey, this is Brandon and Brent Tate. We were wondering if we were booked on Collision/Ring of Honor this weekend because we haven't gotten our flight info yet. Thanks, the Tate twins." And then AEW responds and says, "I'll ask." And then uh, Brent says, "Okay, thank you." Then they get no response. Brent says, "Hey, we just received emails about driving to Nashville for our flights, and we've never flown out there before because it's 3 hours away. We have an airport 15 minutes from us." And then Brandon says, "Even the old Ring of Honor never had us fly out of Nashville." AEW replies, "Reach out to your travel person and ask them why that's happening." Brent said, "Okay, we just did, thank you." Then they get, the conversation continues Sunday, March 16th. Brent says, "Hey, we are getting texts from people asking if we are at the venue. We told travel as soon as you told us to fix our flights, and she said she would send us new flights. We stayed up until midnight Thursday and still haven't received anything. Brandon and I have both have had our bags packed since Wednesday. Uh, then AEW replies and says, "Okay, guys, I just got off the phone with travel. My understanding is that because Ottawa is a difficult airport to get in and out of, they tried to save $800 per ticket by having you go out of Nashville. I see your point about being asked to drive 3 hours to a different airport, but did anyone specifically?" The message cuts off there, and then Brent says, they blurred out the name, and then they put said she would send us flight options shortly. I didn't hear from her, so I texted from my phone about seats and didn't get a text back. I also emailed her on Sunday or Monday about hotels and seats for the flight and did not get an email back. Okay, I gotta fucking go to the next one. Okay. And then Brandon says, "We never heard back if we were booked and figured since nobody got back to us from travel that we weren't booked again this weekend also. That's why we just asked if we're booked until Supercard weekend just to avoid all of this. Nashville wouldn't have been an issue for that one day, but with NCAA basketball tournament and St. Patrick's Day weekend, being in Nashville last minute would have been an issue already. That's why we always reach out the Sunday, Monday before the shows." And hold on, I gotta go back to. And then Brent sent this message from the travel person that says, "Hey, we haven't heard if we're on the Canada or no. This is an email they sent to fucking. It doesn't say. It's from March 8th, and it says, "Hey," and they blurred the name out. "We haven't heard if we were on the Canada show next Saturday for Collision/ROH. We haven't been on the last two events, and the hotel cutoff has already happened. We didn't want to book rooms and not be booked." Okay, and then fucking fucking uh then Brandon says, "Our cars aren't in good shape also. That's why we requested rentals. I'm not sure why travel changed our airports the week of without notice. We have flown to Canada numerous times from Knoxville and this has never been the case." AEW replies and says, "You had flights going from Nashville, so you were booked. If you had gotten a rental, you could have sent in the receipt and gotten reimbursed. The flights from Knoxville were 2 stops and more expensive, which is why they tried Nashville for this trip. You guys should have at least let someone know." And then Brent says, "We did tell," and then they blur out the name, "that we couldn't do that flight. That's why she responded and told us she would send us other flight options, which is what we were waiting for." And then the last thing screenshots for this is uh fucking uh then Brandon says, "We have also been told numerous times to get approved for rentals because they got on to us about getting a rental without asking." And then Brent says, "Has anyone spoke to," and they blur out the name, "about our travel conversation this week?" AEW says, "We're all going to have a discussion the next time you're at TV." Brandon says, "That will be good. Are we expected to be in Canada next week?" AEW replies and says, "Hold on, I'm exploring this now." And they don't respond, and then Brent says, "Hey," and they blur out the name, "just checking to see if you heard anything about us being at the show this weekend." AEW replies and says, "There is no Collision taping this weekend. You'll probably be booked for London, Ontario on March 30th. Brandon says, "Okay, thanks." And then March 25th, Brent says, "Hey," blurs out the name, "just checking to see if we were booked this weekend so there's no confusion on our end and so we can plan our weekend accordingly. Thank you." AEW says, "As of now, no." Brandon says, "Okay, we will be on the lookout. Thank you for always getting back to us." And is that fucking Okay, that's the end of that thread. So I'm going to read the last two screenshots. So, my brother and I were told that we would be included in the story through Supercard, and there were plans for us to be with John and Ty leading up to the show. We were asked to pitch several ideas. I read that on March 16th, our scheduled date following Dalton losing custody for the first time, North America. Okay, hold on. Did I read that one already? Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. On Monday, April 1st, we were contacted by management, accompanied by HR on a call to inform us of our release due to, quote, budget cuts. At the time, we raised concerns and repeatedly questioned if the release was due to the travel issues. We were repeatedly and adamantly assured that this was not the case and based solely on budget cuts. Since Tony's statement, we reached out yesterday providing the specific details, asking for Tony to clear this up. We have gotten no response. Unfortunately, in the court or public opinion for a lot of people commenting, it is assumed that we're guilty from one man's words until we now have proof that we're not. We're now forced to release this info along with the screenshot proof to keep people from putting us down on social media or on this evening's show. We understand that putting this out is detrimental to our careers, but our back is against the wall on this, and it was either this or let Tony Khan go on saying that we no-showed. We want to thank each and every fan who has reached out and made your voices heard, as well as the locker room members who have reached out that know the truth as well. We hope you all still enjoy the show this evening for the sake of the wrestlers putting on their best and appreciate how much we've seen that people really care about two boys who were always considered replaceable. And that is the boys' response to being released and all that. What did you think of that?
Not surprised. Tony Khan's a piece of shit. So, I mean, they did all the right things. Like, truly. I don't see it being unreasonable. So, but Tony Khan obviously doesn't care.
No, but you know what he does care about, because now I can tell you the other reason that came out, because Tony Khan got interviewed and was asked about the budget cuts and releases, and they said, "Oh, you know, Tony, you've never really done this before," and you said that releasing people. He apparently had said that releasing people was against AEW's policy. Apparently, he said that in the past, and so they're like, "Oh, you said like before that wasn't part of your policy," and they're like, "Oh, I'm just wondering like why now is like this something that you're implementing or whatever." And then Tony Khan just starts going on about all this stuff. And so, do you want to know why all these people were released?
Tell me
Because Tony
why.
Khan released these people so that way he could use the money that he was paying these wrestlers, because he wanted to use that money to buy a copyrighted song to use for somebody on Ring of Honor, was his reasoning. And he was talking about how he spent a couple $1 million for a song for somebody to use on Ring of Honor. And that's why he released people. And apparently, Ring of Honor isn't very good pay wise, because apparently there's people there that are currently wrestling for Ring of Honor slash AEW, and apparently, from what they say, they can barely afford to feed their families on what they're getting paid working there. And Tony Khan is sitting there spending millions of dollars for a copyrighted song to use on a show that no one fucking watches. So yeah, that's why these people got released. And not only that, he blew however many millions of dollars to sign fucking Will Ospreay and Okada and fucking Mercedes. And who knows who else he's gonna fucking sign, because I had heard that they were trying to fucking sign Tama Tonga, but now Tama Tonga showed up in WWE, thank God. And fucking so and Tama Tonga also called AEW a mid card company. I don't know if you've seen that, but
I did.
fucking did you also see? Oh yeah, never mind. We talked about that on the WrestleMania review. I forgot about that. Never mind. I was gonna ask you about the Jade Cargill thing, but I forgot we talked about that already. Um, so fucking yeah, that's pretty much everything with the AEW topic and the CM Punk drama and their releases and Tony Khan being a fucking moron and fucking yeah, fucking it's honestly pathetic. Like I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Tony Khan, but he does not need to be running a company, let alone a wrestling company. And apparently it's not even just the wrestling company that's bad, Austin. So you know how they own like the Khan family owns the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars,
Mm-hmm.
like the football team. So apparently the Jaguars is like the worst fucking team to play for as well.
Oh yeah.
And like apparently the it's really bad. Oh, you know about that already?
Oh yeah, because I remember I would go to my aunt and uncles and they would watch football. Because I don't watch football, but they would have football in the background. Every time the Jaguars would be on the TV, fucking they would always be losing by
Yeah.
a low number. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've
So
known that for a while.
yep. So it's just a sad state, honestly. I feel bad for people that I like that are there, like Samoa Joe and MJF and Thunder Rosa, Sky Blue, people like that. I feel bad that they're fucking stuck there just rotting away in this fucking terrible fucking company. And like I feel bad for CM Punk because like motherfucker is like just trying to fucking move on with his life, and fucking AEW is just being fucking petty and shit. Which, you know, that's another thing people were saying. Like, they really had the chance to turn this whole thing into, like, a really great storyline. But instead they fired Punk, and now he's back in WWE, and he's a bigger star now. Like, way bigger now. So they really fucked that one up pretty bad. So yeah, it's not looking too good for AEW right now. The ratings are getting lower every week. The attendance, my God, have you seen the fucking attendance? Jesus Christ, man, it is like a ghost town in there, bro. It is bad.
Yeah,
Like Impact has fuller crowds, I swear. Unless they're in a smaller arena, it looks like Impact has more fans in the arena. But it's sad, man. It's really sad to see the state of it. And mostly for me, it's sad just because of what AEW was hyped up as and what it was supposed to be. And it's sad to see the state that it's in now. But yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you got a fucking Mark running the fucking company and you got the EVPs just doing whatever the fuck they want and just doing all this dumb shit, and then you got dumb people like fucking Jack Perry and fucking Chris Jericho and all these other fucking idiots that work there and shit. And I don't know, maybe this company was just doomed from the start, honestly. I don't know.
well, most likely.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about AEW, really. Nothing. I don't really think there's anything else to say besides I just hope eventually that MJF comes to WWE, and I hope that Samoa Joe could come back one day, and I hope that fucking one day Thunder Rosa and fucking Sky Blue get out of there as well. Because goddamn, bro, that company is like, it's like the fucking Titanic, like it's sinking, bro.
Man.
And uh, one thing I am happy about is fucking Matt Hardy got the fuck out of there finally. God fucking damn, I was so happy about this because he pretty much let his AW contract expire last month. Well, actually last week, and they offered him a deal to stay, and he did not take it. Thank the fucking Lord, man. And I don't know if you've seen this, Austin, but Matt Hardy has been teasing that he wants to do something with Uncle Howdy. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have not seen that.
So basically, you know how they've been teasing Uncle Howdy?
Yes.
So Matt Hardy was saying something about like, oh, just wait and see what I have in store over the next couple weeks of what I'm going to be doing or something. And someone made this post and they're like, oh, I think it would be cool to see like Matt Hardy come back to WWE as like Broken Matt or whatever, and have him like work with Uncle Howdy and be like a part of all that stuff. And I think it would be cool, and fucking Matt like replied to it and shit. And so like that, he's been kind of like teasing that. So I hope that fucking happens.
Hopefully.
And fucking, I just hope to God that fucking, I don't know when his contract is up, but I hope to God that Jeff Hardy gets the fuck out of there, because God fucking damn, man, fucking hell, dude, it it fills me with happiness knowing that at least Matt isn't there anymore. But once Jeff gets out of there, I'll be really happy, because goddamn, bro, it's been just years of like embarrassment being a fan of the Hardys, man. It's actually been embarrassing. You can even ask Austin, like when we were watching AEW and fucking we were watching the Hardys at Double or Nothing and shit, and just like the sad state of it. It was so embarrassing, bro. Like Austin could tell you how just fucking mad and fucking embarrassed I was.
Yeah.
And
He
fucking
was.
so, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, like if AEW continues the way they are realistically, I'm not gonna say that they're gonna completely go out of business, because I do feel what CM Punk said was right, because he said that they're probably gonna stick around as long as Tony Khan keeps putting money into the company. But so it's probably gonna be around for a long time, but I feel it's gonna get to like Impact level where it's just kind of there, but no one really talks about it. I feel like it's probably gonna get to there eventually, but
Most
I don't know.
likely.
Fucking, but yeah, that's everything about fucking AEW. So hopefully now it'll be a long time before we talk about AEW again. Hopefully. So,
Hopefully. Because I
but
don't want to sit here to talk about it. Like, you can see my fucking demeanor, dude.
well, the only reason I wanted to bring it up was just
I
because it
know.
was just fucking everywhere, bro. Like I
I
could
know.
not escape it.
We couldn't not talk about it.
You know. And also, I figured because we talked about like when CM Punk got fired and shit, I felt like we should probably talk
Yeah.
about this too. So,
Yeah.
fucking.